Hi, Joseph Mullen from EvolutionCBL.com with more business from the kitchen. This time it's not so much business, it's more for the career seekers. This thing is about resumes. Oh God. Do we have to talk about resumes? Yeah, we do. Why? Well, one thing is there's a debate, there's discussion, there's arguments going on and on and on ad infinitum on length of a resume and what's in a resume. Well, length. I'm not one of the people who say you need a one-page resume. I'm not even one of the people who say you need a two-page resume. What I say is it depends on the job. It depends on how much experience you have. It depends on how that experience relates to the job that you're applying for. So the thing is, if you think you need a 2 or 3 page resume, mine is 4, but I'm an executive manager. But if you think you need 2, 3, 4 pages or more pages to sit there and make your point, to sit there and really sell yourself, then go ahead and make it that long. But the thing is be careful doing it. Because the thing is if you don't format it properly, then and you make it hard for somebody to read as a former hiring manager, let me tell you, off it goes. The thing is you have to think about us at the same time you're trying to sell yourself. It's like, how can you sell yourself to me? And how can you make me want to read your resume? Well, first, don't make it the same as everybody else's. We are so sick and tired of seeing the same cookie cutter format. Change it up a little bit. I'm not saying change the color of the paper or add, visuals to it and all that other stuff, unless it's really helpful, and it's part of your job is presentation with graphs and things. Go ahead and add a little bit into your resume. Well, what I'm saying is use a lot of white space if you need to. Put the sections in so they make some kind of order, And of course, recruiters and HR want it to be chronological. As a hiring manager, I'd rather see a functional if it was up to me, or a combination. I mean, chronologicals bore me to death, but that's my opinion. And that's the other problem you have with resumes. It's what is the perception of the person who's reading your resume? Because a recruiter could see it and an HR person in the company they're representing could see it, and they're going to have two totally different perceptions based on what they want to see. So the thing is if you're a job seeker, yeah, your job is very, very difficult because you have no idea what these people want or what to give them. So the thing is what we call swag, scientific wild ass guess. Take your best guess at what they want to see and put your resume in that format, And the thing is don't take it personal because it's not what you did. You're trying to help. It's what they did. So as far as a resume goes, do what you think works best for you. Don't listen to anybody else. Do what you think is best for you. What did I just say? I'm saying don't even listen to me. But I'm sitting there just giving you an idea, If what I'm telling you doesn't make sense to you, don't do it. Why should you? I'm telling you what I do on my resume. I use plenty of white space. The other thing with a resume, and if you have a LinkedIn profile, do not copy and paste your resume to your LinkedIn profile. Because this doesn't help you. If I'm a hiring manager and I'm looking at your resume and you have a link to your LinkedIn profile and I go, wow, it's a 2-page resume. I wonder if I can find out more if I go over here because, I see a lot of what I want, but not everything I want. And maybe if I look at your profile, I'll see more. And I go to your profile and it's a carbon copy of the resume. It's like the person's too lazy to rewrite, to write stuff up. And, it's like, I don't want somebody who cuts corners. I want somebody who can do the job, who's very conscientious about doing the job. Boom, you're out. So I was talking about resumes, but this comes into the profile as well. Your LinkedIn profile is not limited to space. You can write as much as you want. So blow your horn. Put everything in there you can. Put accomplishments. That's the other thing about resumes. Don't do a responsibility-based resume. Those are passé. The other thing about a responsibility-based resume is I'm an engineering manager. If you're applying for an engineering position, been there, done that. You're preaching to the choir. What are you telling me? Nothing. You're telling me the same thing that I did. Well, how'd you do it? You didn't tell me. All you told me is I was responsible for doing this. I was responsible for 6 designs and I got them done on time and on schedule. Yeah. So did I. Big deal. So the thing is what do? Accomplishment based. So every time, like I worked for company XYZ, I was there from blah, blah, blah. My title was, here's my accomplishments while I work for this company, right? That's what I want to hear as a hiring manager. I want to hear what you did. What was the problem? What actions did you take to solve the problem? What were the results of those actions? What was the final solution? What was the final solution, and what skills were you using to do all this? That's what I want to know. That's going to tell me more about you and your ability to work for me than a responsibility-based resume. So think about that. The other thing is do not, I repeat, do not put an objective on the top of your resume. In this day and age, in this bad economy, with 6 million people out of work and more coming every day, I know what your objective is. It's to get the damn job. So why tell me that? It's wasting ink. It's wasting space. It's wasting your talent. Give me an executive summary. Give me a summary. Highlight your best 1 or 2 accomplishments, the skills you were using to do them. Tell me what you're going to do for me. Tell me what you're going to do for my company in that summary. And then sit there and go into the chronological order to make the recruiters and HR happy. But the thing is tell me what I want to hear. That's what will help you best, is tell me what I want to hear. I know what you want. I know you want the job. Don't put in your resume, this is what I'm looking for you to give me, because that's got a circular file. That doesn't work these days. What I want to hear is what you're going to do for me. Does it sound selfish? Yeah, it does. But the thing is that's reality. That's a fact of life these days. I want to know what you can do for me. I want to know how you're going to fit in with the rest of my crazy crew. And it's like the thing you have to find out is network. Find out what I'm looking for. Find out what the culture is. I mean, I'm a manager of a department. My culture may be different from the culture of the rest of the company. It has to be in alignment, yeah, but I can kind of like change it up a little bit and make it more fun to work for me than working for the company as a whole. But that's my responsibility, my objective. So the thing is like, if you're straight-laced, and if you can't tell from this commercial that I'm doing this from my kitchen, so I can't be that straight-laced and forward. I'm in a sweatshirt and I'm the most unpretentious manager you ever want to meet. The thing is I want to know, can you fit in with my group? Can I work with you? And what can you do for me? Now, let me expand on the what can you do for me. I'm going to look at you in 2 ways. Because 1, I have a pain. Oh, I got this pain back here. I need somebody bad. I need them right away. And you need to sit there and solve this pain and get rid of it. That's what I'm going to look for first. Can you solve the pain I have right here and now? Can you do the job? Can you come in that door, hit the floor running, and I don't have to worry about it? That's my number 1. Number 2 is, can you work with everybody in the group, because you're going to need to get that job done? That's number 2. Number 3, the thing I'm going to look at is, do you have the potential to work for me for the next 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years? I don't go beyond 3 years because that's ridiculous. Especially if you're younger, because I don't expect you to be here for more than 3 years. I don't, maybe 2 years. I don't know. It depends on you and depends on me and how well we get along and what I have for you to do. So the thing is what can you do for me right now, and what can you do for me in the short term down the road? Are you going to be able to handle anything I throw at you from this day up to 2-3 years from now? If the answer is yes, hey, you're getting a phone call. I'll pull you in. If there's something I see, now here's the other thing about resumes. This is why you need to make them, real readable and real interesting. I get a stack of resumes. I ask HR, the recruiter, for 10 to 20 top resumes. I give them the criteria of what I'm looking for. I say I want the top 10 to 20 resumes. I get those. I'm busy. I'm trying to run a department. I'm trying to sit there and fight fires and keep things going. I schedule maybe 20 minutes to a half an hour of my time to scan those resumes. Your resume in the first pass has 10 to 15 seconds to grab my attention and get sorted into a yes, no, maybe file. So if you've got a really good resume that can grab my attention and hold it for that 10, 15 seconds, you're going in the yes file. All right? If you sort of hold my attention, you're going in the maybe file. If I pick it up and it's the same old garbage, automatic no. I mean, is it fair? No, it's not fair. But the thing is that's life. That's the time I have allotted to sit there and sort this out. That's why I'm giving you this advice, this information, and letting you decide what you want to do. Now the thing is the yes pile, those I actually take home with me, and I actually sit down and read every single word, and I spread them out on the table. And what happens is the waiting game. Wait, you know, like heavy weight. The waiting game starts. I start weighting each one. Well, this looks like my number one candidate. And then I start reading, no, he's gone to number two. This one's number one. So if you were to actually see the real resume that I get, which you're not going to see because that's not the one I'm bringing into the interview, you're going to see red scribble all over your resume. And what's going to happen in the end, when I'm done with this weighting and I get them all piled up, I will call the top 3 people. Unless there's a tie, then it'll be 4 or 5. I will call you up and sit there and go, you're in the running. I've given HR my schedule. They'll be calling you to set up the interview. But I, as the hiring manager, want to call you to let you know that I know that, you know, that I've selected you and that you're in the running. Okay? I don't know when HR is going to get around to doing it. So I want you to know that you're in the running. Is that a guarantee to stop your job search? No. Keep searching. All it's saying is I've called you in because you're a person of interest in me. So that's how the system works. That's why the resume needs to be something that's going to grab my attention in that 10, 15 seconds and get you in the yes pile. It has to be accomplishment based to tell me what you're going to do for me. It has to be chronological so it gets past the recruiters and the HR people. And the thing is when I bring you in for the interview, no, I'll do that in another video. We're talking about resume. I'm going to talk about interviews too, and the whole psychological mind game behind interviews. But right now on your resume, to cap up what I just said, is you have to make it readable. Make it the length that works for you. Don't listen to anybody else. If you don't think a one page is going to work for you, make it 2, make it 3, make it 4, make it however many you think is going to work for you to get you that job. Don't put down responsibilities, make it accomplishment based. There's a number of acronyms for it. PARS, STARS, you know, I can't even remember them all, there's so many. The other thing is summary at the top, no objective. Don't put an objective. The other thing is, if you're doing an electronic resume, do not put your home address. Do not even put your home phone number down there. Because I can do a reverse lookup and find your address. If your resume happens to go in the trash and blows out of the trash cans in the street, somebody can do identity theft on you by doing that. Because I've printed out your resume and carelessly didn't shred it when I was done with it. So the thing is if it's electronic resume, don't put your home address. Put the city. Like my electronic one says Greater Boston area. That's all you need to know. My phone number is my cell phone number, and it's not listed. You know, it's an unlisted number. So good. Have fun reverse looking up that one. So the thing is another thing you do, if you have a post office box, that's excellent. PO boxes are great for if you want to put a physical address down there. Email address is fine. If you have a LinkedIn profile, add that to the header, and that'd be awesome. It helps us out, helps the recruiter out, helps HR out. It's helping you move forward in the process. So the thing is do that. Use white space. Make it very readable. Make it easy for us to read. You know, if you have young children, when you're done writing your resume, see if your kid can read it. If your kid doesn't have a problem reading your resume, we shouldn't. Says a lot about us, doesn't it? But we shouldn't have a problem reading it. So that's the recap. I wish you the best of luck in landing the job, and I hope this helps you get there, because it is tough out there.